Hello, my name is Summer Thompson, and today I will be talking about why the legal drinking age should go from 21 to 18 or 19. Now, if I were to ask the class if they ever had an alcoholic beverage under the age of 21, I'm pretty sure most of, if not everyone, would answer yes. Since the drinking age is 21, many underage young adults are consuming alcohol, but also at an accelerated rate that could be detrimental to one's health over time. This video will discuss the many issues that arise with keeping the drinking age at where it is today versus dropping it to 18 or 19. The drinking age in America has not always been 21. Between 1176 and 1919, there was no national drinking age. It started occurring in the 1920s when Prohibition outlawed the sale and consumption of alcoholic beverages in the United States completely. In 1933, the 21st Amendment of the U.S. Constitution was ratified, repealing Prohibition. After this, most states made the legal drinking age 21, but some set it lower. During the late 1960s and 1970s, nearly all states lowered the drinking age to 18. Because of this, there was a huge increase in alcohol-related car accidents, and drunk driving was deemed a public health crisis. On July 17, 1984, President Ronald Reagan signed the National Minimum Drinking Age Act, a law that required states to raise the drinking age to 21 or face a 10% cut to their federal highway funding. Since the drinking limit was increased, teenagers have begun to see drinking as a forbidden fruit, which has led to young adults drinking irresponsibly. The question at hand now is, why should we lower the drinking age? Let's look at drinking around the world. Of the 290 countries in the world, 61% of them have a drinking age of 18 or 19 years old. Only the United States and 11 other countries have a drinking age of 21. In Europe, when the drinking age is lower, there is no correlation to increased problems. For example, after 1984, when the drinking age in the US was decreased to 21, the rate of traffic fatalities decreased less than that of European countries where the legal age is lower than 21. The age limit being 21 does not stop many young adults from consuming alcohol. The problem that occurs now is that since young people are only able to get their hands on alcohol at certain times, they tend to do things such as binge drink. Many high school and college level students are drinking on a regular basis, especially on college campuses. Alcohol is being consumed irresponsibly because youth see drinking as an enticing forbidden fruit or a form of rebellion. In 2012, an estimated 21.6 million students enrolled in fall classes, and 80% of them had claimed to have an alcoholic beverage, while roughly 50% of them showed binge drinking tendencies. This is all despite the drinking age of 21 in the United States. Why should we not allow these students to drink if they are already indulging? If we allow these young adults to drink in a controlled environment, then we are less likely to see some of these negatives come to surface. The first one being the effects that it can have on a college campus. Because these young adults are not shown how to drink by their parents at a young age, it usually has negative effects when these young students go to college. Roughly 600,000 students are injured unintentionally while under the influence of alcohol. About 690,000 individuals of college age have reported having been assaulted by someone who was drinking. Yes, it is true that since the drinking age has been increased, car fatalities have decreased, but alcohol is a factor in a larger number of accidents despite age and more common among new legal drinkers. Regardless of the minimum legal drinking age, actually in 2009, 21 to 24-year-olds had the highest percentage of fatal car accidents. This offsets the increase of those 18 to 20 drinking ages. On top of this, one must also consider the overall health issues that can result from binge drinking for a long period of time. This overconsumption of alcohol can cause serious health issues for these young adults in the future. It can cause things like cancer of the breast, mouth, throat, esophagus, liver, and colon. It can also lead to cardiovascular disease. You can face learning and memory problems, including dementia and poor performance, and some people also get depression and anxiety. Excessive alcohol use has led to approximately 88,000 deaths and 2.5 million years of potential life lost each year in the United States from 2006 to 2010. Now I know at this point everyone's thinking that maybe it is a good thing that the drinking age is where it is because of all the things that can happen, but think about all the positives that could come out of teaching young adults to drink at a younger age. One of the main reasons that the drinking age was increased was because of the number of fatal car crashes. Unfortunately, drinking and driving is still an issue and is only one of the reasons why teens are getting into accidents. In fact, the increase in drinking fatalities as a percent of total traffic incidents in the U.S. does not correlate to the minimum legal drinking age. Actually, since 1982, a decline in drunk driving deaths occurred across all age groups and other demographics and cannot be directly attributed to an increase in the drinking age to 21. It is the behavior of the teens and the lure of the forbidden fruit, that is alcohol, that is more of a risk than lowering the drinking age. Educating these youth and ensuring drinking happens in a controlled environment is far more important and could offset any negative effects of lowering the drinking age. It's also shown that teenagers are generally more prone to engage in dangerous behaviors, and almost a quarter of teens report that they are willing to ride with a driver who has been drinking. People over the age of 21 are also being caught every day. Should they not be allowed to drink as well? Although the United States increased the MLD age to 21 in 1984, its rates of traffic incidents and fatalities in the 1980s decreased less than that of European countries whose legal drinking age are lower than 20. In conclusion, America should really take into consideration allowing people to drink at the age of 18 and 19. Young people under 21 are drinking illegally even though the age limit is 21. There are so many ways to get alcohol, such as fake IDs. There also is the issue that since drinking is not legal, many young people see it as somewhat of a forbidden fruit. At the end of the day, there will always be fatalities related to drinking across the board, but we should really try to combat these issues by stopping the idea of the forbidden fruit aspect. The evidence is obvious. For example, many countries around the world do not have these restrictions and are thriving. It can be assumed that these young people are exposed to alcohol earlier and it is not seen as forbidden fruit. They drink with their parents and others in more controlled environments. Binge drinking does not appear to be an issue, and car accidents are lower due to drinking. The last thing that I will stress is the most important. The health risks far outweigh any benefits of a higher drinking age, as evidenced by the facts that are presented.